Yang tertunda. Keren, aku openingnya nyanyi ya. Kamu mah cuek, bagus gitu.
Emang bagus.
Mid says Odin split the sea in two. She's always been partial to a tall tale.
Gratisan.
But there's tall, and then there's tall.
I struggle to believe it myself.
See, your uncle isn't with you.
He stayed with the Enterprise. After our brush with the Einherja, she was in urgent need of repair. And my uncle knows a shipwright in Randalar. We're to join him there when we're ready to sail for Ash.
You sure that's wise? Last I heard, the place was still overrun with Akashic.
Show me a city where that isn't true. Ultima's plague is spreading.
We're running out of time, aren't we? We've done our best to shore up that hideaway. I doubt a few planks will stop what's coming. Still, we'll keep at it. Every little helps, I suppose.
Let's hope so.
Mas, bagus suara India. Can be used to film of
I should visit Joshua, assuming Talia will allow it.
Heard the bad news then, did you?
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's old haunt. With the forge and all that. Well, anyway, the mines just down the road from there are spewing out ether like no one's business.
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but they've got other problems. Akashic. Every creature in the area is either turned or on the way to turning, apparently. Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. They need help, and quick. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only so much a couple of scouts can do. Except get eaten. If something ain't done soon, the old place will be overrun.
I won't let that happen. Does Blackthorn know?
I thought you reckon...
No.
Yeah.
Udah jadi. Mana?
Anjir ini aib semua coy.
Parah.
Kan ada perindapan nih.
Oh, serpaknya mana? Bukan, maksudnya di videonya kayak ini mah muka aku doang kan.
Kan HP duplication.
Iya.
Dari muka kamu langsung ke muka Pari. Oh.
Jahat. Memang niatnya tulus sekali ya. Sangat tulus.
Quick look.
Coba. Fendi, oh routernya bagus pak, yang putih itu. Iya. Apa nih? Kenapa aku tiba-tiba kesini cak? Ya. Itu bales aja apa ya? Router buat koneksiin kebahagiaan. Biar nggak stres, biar nggak gila.
I suppose you've got quite the tale to tell. I'll let you get some nice ones.
The tell. Aksennya British gitu ya.
How are you doing?
Why? It's only an action.
Quick
look.
Aku di kantor pada ngomong tuh kayak British gitu. Aku kan
Oh, diksi-diksinya ya.
iya aku apa sih?
Seen enough?
Nggak ngerti, aku nggak
How
ngerti.
may I help you today, Clive? Your benefactors are a generous lot. Sorry, but you're not quite there yet. All done?
You're not quite there. Kayaknya perlu
What will it be
bermisi-misi
today?
dulu.
How may I help you today? Very good. Back again? Godspeed.
Gimana kita bermisi-misi? Misi voya. Alah, ntar kamu juga bosen. Bunglon.
Just the man I was hoping.
Don't tell me.
Oh no, I'm worried.
Maksudnya
It's got
bunglon?
let's just say only mythical engines get hotter. You can't. Trouble is, and I hear.
Ya udah, emang kenapa?
If it's for the good of the hideaway, I'd be happy to.
Oh,
Khas
it
apa?
is. I promise you.
Pakai kemben,
So.
kemben Sunda.
What exactly is this good stuff
Kan
you need to
khas.
find?
Bilangnya
Got
khas.
that and what's more, we've
Pakai baju adat.
That's it. Look, we're only there's one up and another. All right, it'll do.
Udah di repost yang dari aku, yang di IG ku. Di repostan sekalian lah. Itu review. Kok Oh, itu lo review bawah itu? Masih ada tombolnya. Tombolnya. Allahu Akbar. Hah? Masih ada tombolnya.
Oh, di atasnya udah ada.
Ya, kan nggak tahu udah ke sebelumnya yang. Emang dari akunmu udah bisa kelihatan. Masih ada. Riki, tombol.
Makanya. Malamu.
Sabar atuh.
Kamu aku yang sabar sayang. Itu bagus ini. Nyaman. Terus levelnya
Watching lo ya, keren. Siapa yang nonton? Tunjukkan dirimu. Gitu. Datang tadi jemput.
gak niat banget ngelakuin begini.
Udah yang penting update yang bukan prime time ya. Anjay. Kayak udah di endorse saya ada prime time.
Cuma 2 orang.
Like opo.
How do you split the sea?
Pagi nanti biasanya langsung orang bangun tidur tuh. Biasanya teman-teman kita tuh kan. Kalau teman-teman kita nge-like terus ntar muncul di orang-orang. Nah, gimana ya?
The stew's
Gitu dipakai AdSense. Duh, ngefek nggak sih kayak gitu-gitu? Nge-reach sampai berapa emang?
Tergantung kita ini mau bayar berapa.
Cole. Tidak boleh cole sembarangan. Itu namanya cole.
Kamu apa coba sih?
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me.
Namanya
I can
cole.
speak to her at least.
Aduh. 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 Gimana ya orang-orang tuh kayak bisa gitu main sambil ngomong tapi sendirian gitu. Kayaknya kan ada kamu kan.
Ya ada, kamu ngomong lagi.
Lah ya apa?
Abang nggak bisa.
Lah iya, tapi yang diomongin apa anjir? Wah,
Guys, lagi apa tuh guys tuh? Buku palu, buku palu tuh gitu.
gitu ya. How to be a
What do you want?
gaming itu ya.
Mau apa toh?
Bonjor, dia ngomong bonjor. Ada pedang baru guys, pedang baru.
If I do say so
Aku yang kayak
myself.
Windah Basudara.
Iya.
Bocil-bocil kematian.
Tapi juga lama sekarang banyak tau orang-orang gede.
Si Windah Basudara.
Iya.
Ya, emang itu mah udah terkenal dia soalnya.
Orang cewek-cewek juga nonton.
Iya, emang udah terkenal soalnya. Tapi dulu pas awal-awal coba.
Coba. Nih guys nih. The Black Hammer, tau gak? Hammer apa bahasa Indonesianya? Tau gak? Kau nggak tahu, aduh. 2023 nggak tahu Hammer itu apa? Apa Hammer?
Hammer itu adalah setrika.
Hammer.
Astagfirullah.
Hammer deh.
Kau mengajarkan hal yang tidak baik. Di ban ntar akunku. Tapi lo udah nggak monet lagi.
Kita ngomongnya.
Bukan, karena ada peraturan baru tuh. Sekarang hitungannya tuh dari watch time juga. Karena kalau dari viewer doang kan kayak ngetriknya kan gampang. Orang kayak nggak usah nonton atau nggak nonton kayak berapa detik gitu aja udah kehitung viewer kan. Sekarang hitung tuh watch time juga.
That it? Fine.
Terus gimana ya, yang kayak emang dia itu kerjaannya atau gak bermimpinya gitu mau jadi streamer gitu, terus yang ngeliat kayak gini gitu viewernya, anjing.
Kayak TikTok banyak loh. Maksudnya kayak mereka live juga jualan gitu.
Jualan apa ya?
Jualan apapun, baju atau apa gitu. Terus mereka nge-model dulu. Berhak, karena kan TikTok lagi rame kan naiknya. Tapi ya nggak ada yang nonton nanti gue gitu. Sampai ada yang 2 bulan tuh mereka nge-live terus tengah malam. Ini ada yang nonton.
Anjir.
Nah kalau mau
Where are you?
lagi di TikTok coba ya.
Can I help you, Sid?
Tapi followersnya harus 1000 dulu.
I'm looking for Doris.
Beli
Is she
follower.
here?
I'm afraid not. She's
Anjay.
at Martha's Rest on a job.
300.
My job, actually.
Itu yang baru.
When she heard what the mission was, she insisted on going herself. Alone.
Did she? What was the mission?
Following up on some new information. Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the Dragon's Eyrie were keen to talk about their imprisonment. And about their captor.
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the beastmen. I'll go and find her. She's at Martha's Rest, you say?
If she's not moved on already, yes. I hope everything's all right.
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe Cole was right to be worried.
Allah, misinya banyak banget ya Allah. Udah kayak backlog kerjaan, Cok.
Kamu mama ya.
Ya kan setidaknya nggak yang mikir-mikir amat, yang mikir sih.
Trouble with your gear, or
Happy aku, happy.
what do you want?
PS ada itu gak ya? Mobile Legends gak ya?
Gak ada. Beli itu aku Nintendo.
Beli mulu. Ini Ouroboros. Bagaimana cara mendapatkan Ouroboros? Stontong, Consider, Orichalcum. Beli itu aja yang kayaknya tuh dulu ada yang Indofood. Indofood sih. Apa ya? Kirim dari Indo. Bakso. Kok nggak bakso frozen? Bukan frozen, kemasan gitu. Ada nggak? Nyetok gitu. Kan bisa pakai sambel. Arahnya ke sono.
That it? Fine.
Tabku mana? Cari coba. Ouroboros. Hah? Kok nge-cheat sih? Well true. Kan males ya berlama-lama mencari kan, tinggal cari di internet. Terus. Kamu nge-logout Instagramku di iPad ya?
Kan kamu logout kamu.
Iya kok. Ngamuk.
Karena aku bisa buka.
Astaga.
Itu guys, jadi ikan tuh kalau ngambek gitu guys.
The stew's awfully thin these days.
Jinjal.
Lagu TJ gitu.
Gak ada.
Itu di logout di situ karena aku waktu itu pinjam.
Karena kamu pinjam. Iya. iPad sendiri kayak iPad orang. Bukan gila sih, kemaruk. Yalah, kita selesaiin yang dari ujung dulu. Tapi misinya gembokan gak ya?
Ini bagus nih.
Cucu dulu. Bagus. Akunya jelek.
Kita punya lagi.
Good girl.
Ya orang red pandanya tidur.
Time to fight.
Ke atas. Takut. Hah? Oh, salah belok guys. Balik sih. Gendut aku. Nggak ada aku yang ganteng apa? Yang agak jauhan. Biar gendutnya tuh nggak menohok gitu.
Ya udah besok.
Orang lihat pasti lihat anjing gendut banget ini cuy. Harusnya jadi kurus ya.
Need to deal with these ones first. Safe.
Iya.
Now to find this spherical echo. This is it. Right then. Just two more to find.
Just balik.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
Yang aku boleh beli game nggak? Anjing kenapa enggak?
Kenapa?
Nggak tahu ya game aja.
Berapa?
10.
Oh, Clive, my walk.
What? The high cup?
I found he's all believe
Kalau
me.
di bawah 500.
How? A man, the captain now. Clive, would
Kok
you
bisa kamu mendapatkan?
and unlike well.
I'll see what I can do.
Masih aja berusaha.
Thank you, Clive.
Tell me then.
Ya boleh.
Where will I find this Duke of Oriflamme? In the garrison?
Overseeing the troops, yes.
All right. Wish me luck.
Wish me luck. Ngerokok dong.
I may have met this Duke before. At the
Ini
remembrance
kadang ada
ceremony.
adegan tidak
Let's hope I
senonohnya.
didn't make a strong impression.
Pernah ada yang ya tanya developernya kalau kok bisa aja. Tapi nggak pas aku live. Ya itu bagus. Memuji diri sendiri tak.
Lebih cantik daripada aku aslinya.
Meren. Enggak, kamu cantik apa adanya.
As long as you remain, the veil will see to your needs.
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You're the dame's man, aren't you? You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. With the Duke. I was hoping I might be able to speak with him.
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass. But you should be all right. His Eminence has heard all about you and your heroics. Wait here. I'll go and ask.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison. And I shall... tell me, is it...
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire about your plan to turn Northreach into a strong...
Ah, you are worried the expanded garrison will render your services redundant. Yet you needn't be. A proud fighting man like yourself shall always have a place. Pride of place, in fact. For too long has the contribution of the noble soldier been under-reckoned. But no more. For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt, beginning...
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the... Which is more than can be said. The Empire wants for a capital, and I believe Northreach to be the... with Caer Norvent as her citadel. Once we have seen to the refortification, we need only build a wall around both. Plans are already under... Soon enough, these thralls shall learn that they are no match for the might of Sanbreque.
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these creatures are, Your Eminence. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town. Something they may...
The people will do as their leaders command. If Sanbreque is to be rebuilt, she will require a functioning government. One whose... That is why, so that any man who wishes to join... And yet, there are those who...
I suspect they're afraid of losing what little...
Precisely. The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have...
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead only to revolt.
Without an empire, there are no citizens.
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
A citizens' revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. It wouldn't hurt to ask them, I suppose. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
Do you see anything you like? Come back again.
I've been hearing a lot of talk about a certain duke.
Nothing good, I'll wager. Going around acting like he owns the place. And with hardly a word to the dame, this is...
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, she still is. Just...
What?
What?
All right there.
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought.
Not much. None of it. It's thanks to nobles like him. And now he's trying to... If the dame...
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
But there were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
You needn't fret. The creatures have been dealt with.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the Duke of Oriflamme.
Well, he's made a lot of enemies. I mean, look around us. You can see the traders might think the Duke's got... And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make...
Those things I said before.
You're the one who was talking to His Eminence.
On the dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted, but it seems my words fell on deaf ears. What do you think of his plans?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me what to do. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the dame, but I've got a family to... That's where my loyalties lie. Not with the town or the Empire, but with my wife and children. If the Duke can get us the men and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards, I don't care how he does it.
I left everything in the capital.
As long as you remain, the veil will...
Sabine, you are embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this town into some sort of fortress. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise, His Eminence's word is law. No one likes all these taxes and tariffs, but empires don't come for free. Once Sandbreck is back on her feet, we'll all reap the benefits.
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this. Captain, do you have a moment?
For you? Certainly. Clive, wasn't it? Thank you for last time. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke of Oriflamme. Do you intend to go along with his plan?
To tell you the truth, I'm in two minds. It's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders. But
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you loved. The Dame included.
That's right. I did.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either. She thinks they could tear Northreach apart.
And she's probably right. Thank you, Clive. I know what I need to do now. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Doesn't matter how. Well, duty calls. Thanks again.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Ah, Clive. How did you... Were you able to speak with the Duke?
I was.
Well, it will certainly help to hold back the thrall, though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople whose worldly goods they deserve to be heard, Clive. To have a say in this new empire the Duke means to build.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions, and hopes to reassert the... I fear he sees the people as mere... Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and the soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow their orders. And not just because of the Duke's rank, but because of his...
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sambrack, I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise from the ashes. Thank you for trying.
I don't know about that.
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in, along with my resignation. Told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I love to call it a day.
But why?
Because I realize what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it, but protecting what I care, protecting Northreach. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when they do come back, we need to be ready. We need to stand together. And with you to lead us, milady, I reckon we can do it. It was you who finally convinced me, Clive. There's no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
Indeed.
All of us. That has always been Northreach's best hope. And one which still lies. We have only to turn our attentions to the true enemy. Thank you, Philippe, for showing me what I must do.
Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale to help keep watch around the town? I fear His Eminence has loftier tasks in mind for the guard.
Not at all.
Wouldn't be the first time.
There may be hope for Northreach yet. Especially with men like you and Philippe to champion our cause. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke, in the stubborn belief that I might still tempt him into joining hands. But I suspect I shall have to call upon your aid again. Until then, Clive.
Until then?
Udah level up aja. Oh. Anjir, ability ku gede banget. Luna. Terus mana lagi? Trap. Mana ya, pakai yang mana ya? Wah, ini berguna banget cuy. Berarti ini. Berarti ini yang diganti juga sekarang cover. Berarti aku nyari yang kotak yang skillnya susu. Sekarang salah. Mantap sih. Bisa dipakai. Berarti ini bukan ini. Oh, sama flat. $2.500 apa ya? bentar. Ini terlalu penting tapi buat ini yang terbang adalah monster langsung. Udah monster langsung. Ini kali udah master. Adjustment book. Ya ini mah emang banyak. Sakit lagi. Berarti yang nanggung. Waduh. Kali ya. Janganlah. Oh, yang ini oke. Yang ini nggak usah masterin.
Lori should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
Ah, Clive. I was just about to send for you. I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up in Eastpool. Seeds for planting. Thought it was about time they started growing their own food. I'll keep providing them with whatever they need in the meantime, of course. But if Eastpool's going to survive, it's got to be able to fend for itself. As have those poor bearers. They've lived their whole lives in servitude, but now they're their own masters. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. So it's up to us to teach them. And if you're wondering why you, well, the wagoneers taking supplies up that way have been coming back with more and more reports of Akashic around the village of late. Sir Wade's putting a brave face...
All right.
Thank that.
Gizal agrees.
All right then.
Not the most mouth-watering crop, I'll admit. But they're hardy, they grow fast, and they fill a hole. Better that than something that'll wither away at first frost. And chocobos love them too, which is no small thing. When I say all of us need to pull together to get Eastpool back on its feet, I mean all of us. They ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em right, and they're just about bearable.
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do with them. And if he don't, well, I'll go up there and show him myself.
I'm sure you will.
Jauh banget di sini.
Just because the heavens have gone to Raccoon, it don't mean we have to. Now, I've got greens of all shapes. Looking for shelter, are you?
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
It's been a pleasure.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You.
I heard the Guardian saying we're supposed to grow our own.
Ah, what brings you to East?
A delivery from...
These Martha's keen to cut but
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers how to plant and tend the... so that they'll be able to fend...
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their bonds before we brought them here. They know little of freedom. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here is to exchange one master for another. It's about time we all started to provide for ourselves, bearers and guardians alike. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses. There have been alarming reports of...
The Horde is closing in. They're coming, so wait, all of them.
Time it all. I thought we'd have more time. Gather the men in the square. Send to the rest for reinforcements.
Yes, Sir Wade.
The
Horde.
A Kashik, a veritable legion of them. They've been... We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm.
Now you're out of time.
Precisely.
What if you...
You mean the bearers? We brought...
So wait, though they may not be trained so...
You're right, my lord. I will... My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter. To serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will. A home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it.
You'll lose it.
You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool! Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't...
Thanks to you.
Me?
Lord Rossfield, my lady, we're ready.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments. Upon engage...
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. Instead, by coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge with luck. And for you and I to fit...
A sound plan. But one that'll require a leader with a cool head and strong nerves to coordinate the retreat. I'd say you have both in abundance, Sir Wade. Would you please leave the last of the fighting to me?
Ha! And let you have all the glory.
Sir Wade! They're here!
Then you know what you must do. We work together, each shielding the other that no man might fall. For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you...
Then I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too, then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
Ngapain Nich? Misinya Nich? Apakah akan berantem lagi Nich? Ya kamu nonton aku aja yang.
Calm before the storm.
Itu malam kali
Ya ampun.
And here it comes.
Lu.
Let this village fall.
Bentar. Lang. Enable to change group. Incompetent. Salah, Ya Allah. Ya Allah. Buset lagi.
To me!
Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield! Change of plan!
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic Curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's Ride and is headed in their direction.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in East Pool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I think the worst is behind us. I could...
No. Let them... You stay here too, so I'll go after the Curl. Join me only when East Pool is...
If you're sure, my lord. May the Founder protect you.
May the Founder protect you. Protect me. Protect you. Protect everyone. Protect me. Protect you. Pusing gak kamu yang? Biasa aja deh. Benar. Alright then. Wah, jauh betul. Kapan nih?
Next one's mine.
The Curl was sighted on Rhiannon's Ride back towards Martha's Rest.
itu tubuhnya gak.
Ready, girl?
Fly, Ambrosia.
Let's go, PT. Numpak PT. Pak kok. Tenang terus.
There it is. With me, Torgal.
Easy. Anjir. Jago bet gue. Yang aku jago yang. Piala Citra televisi.
Back to Eastpool.
Lord Rossfield, the Curl, is it?
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. We were...
I think it might...
We saved...
No, so you brought us together. Showed us what it means.
We never had nothing to call our own before. But now we do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. You and your people, but there's no doubt in my mind we're free men now. So we have to fight to protect what's ours. To protect...
And we shall. We all shall. Together. This is our home. And if anyone or anything tries to take it away...
Come on then. Let's get to work.
This village isn't gonna rebuild itself.
They're not slaves anymore.
No. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help rebuild the village. After all, this is my home now too. And I could hardly call myself an Eastpoolian if I didn't pull my weight.
I think you'll find it's Eastpudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud all the same. I'll have to pull my weight too. Can't have the rest getting outclassed.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course. And I'd be counting on yours too. Us Rosarians have got to stick together, haven't we?
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when you get the chance. I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds yet.
All right.
Lord Rossfield, do you remember our very clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes?
How could I forget?
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up. When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor, I thought I may as well. But every time to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool and...
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
Shit.
I'll do my best.
Back to here. Back to here.
The hero it's lucky you can't take.
Thank you, Martha.
So, and a home to free. You know, Barry. He showed up at the stables one. Found her, me, I thought. And before I knew it, the told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. Right under my. And do you know what he did? And then I.
And you were?
Well, just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, he certainly didn't lack for ambition, that one.
Indeed, but the loftier one's ambitions. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and my father.
Suppose you're right, aye. And if we don't manage it, there's always them. A good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting in the wings, eh? It's almost in. Anyway, enough nattering. Better get back to work. Let's see about making everyone some dinner, shall we? The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world on an empty stomach neither.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Sejauhnya. Kemeja. Ya masih lah. Apa tuh dapet papan nama doang. Aduh, coba betul deh.
Ready, go? Time to fight.
Bless tuh. Kok bablas sih?
Good. They haven't broken camp yet. How did Doris come to know a slaver, I wonder?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. Ready the bearers.
Back to civilization, is it, Mom?
With all haste. Lest it appears we have company. Kill him.
You're welcome to try.
Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome.
So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me if I surrender.
Sid.
Ah, Doris. You know,
But this she
it wasn't. But how? You.
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me to be. Not anymore. And she no longer has friends in high places. The Dame does, though. Her connections at the Imperial Court will see that justice is done.
All right. If you're certain.
I am. And thank you for everything. Now, I better let these bearers know that they're safe.
And I should head back to the hideaway and put Cole's mind at ease.
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message just arrived. I hear you saved more bearers from being smuggled across the border.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway shortly. Oh, and your letter. You don't need to worry about Doris anymore.
I'd been hoping as much. She mentioned one or two things in her report. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former master. Wish I'd known. She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sambrek. Went quietly, or so we're told. And she won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers, but it's none too fond of black market traders either. Can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't. But don't worry. She'll be all right.
I hope so. Suppose you should know, eh? You had quite the past yourself before you came here, or so I understand. Anyway, thanks again, Sid. The Cursebreakers would be lost without Doris. And you, of course.
Keep up the good work, Cole.
Kayak gurus pakai mentega nggak sih? Asik. Tak nopo. Kenopo. Yo.
Gak dilihat sih.
Pada rewel. Emang dilihat dampaknya apa coba? Jauh betul. Naik PT. Ya, aku naik PT ya. Juga. PT ini loh PT. Ayam. Orang Sunda gak tau PT.
Run like the wind.
Ya, makanya kan gak tahu. Bener gak? Kenapa marah-marah? Kayaknya kenapa marah-marah kayaknya emang iya. Marah-marah mulu.
Damn it. The whole village is turned. No need to ride from here.
Kita dulu. Bisa harus jalan kaki tuh. Ayo. Cucu gue.
Ready, go?
Ini nanti ke kiri. Baggage. Mana misinya? Misi-misi foya-foya, mana misinya? Ini kok.
You deserve a rest.
Kok kena sih? Jadi R1 kok. Ngalengin. Ya bentar ke pause dulu.
Guess we're all ready.
Kau mau?
Down. One to go.
Satu aja. Lu makan ikan tadi. Ikannya nggak dimakan. Enak. Dikasih kecap aja dibakar. Jadi ikan bakar. Ini cepet lagi ya. Pakai 2 gituan jadi 1 sep. Gitu. Nah, itu pakai piringnya, nekennya pakai piringnya. Ya makanya cari yang bersih. Jaring cari. Kalau ada yang susah, mesti yang gampang.
What is it this time? More wild beasts?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the
Harusnya kamu bikin itu apa? Konten. Sumpah guys, ini enak banget, nggak bohong. Rasanya pengen meninggal.
Don't I know? Vonnie came to give me a message from our intermediary. The talks with the Republican army have fallen. No.
Nggak apa-apa, nggak lagi tarung.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist was speaking to about the bearers. How did the consortium even find out about this?
It's not so surprising. They have ears all over the Republic.
Kalau yang di itu
This
sampai
isn't
kelipet
over.
juga kok ya.
The consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually, and at the price they paid, buyers will be few and far between. I'm going to Randalar myself.
Alone? You sure that's wise?
Are you offering to be my bodyguard? How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the capital gates. I'll send you go to Cashlock, Theo, and get everything ready. Even if I fail to free these, someone needs to prepare the place and keep any prowling beasts at bay.
Oh, and that's me, is it?
Kayaknya itu bukan yang roti yang pulen gitu loh. Kayak gampang.
Looks like I'm following orders till she gets back from meeting the Silver Peak Consortium, who've been doing their best to undermine our scheme. She'll never join them after this, surely.
Yang mana?
No, she said it herself. She still has plans for Cashlock, even if this one falls through. She means to stay with us.
You have to
You go to Randalar.
I'll do my best.
Enggak, itu tuh gampang sobek, gampang hancur gitu loh. Bukannya ada yang kayak lembek.
To Randalar then. Better not keep Eloise waiting.
Mari. Mari. Price back gitu ya.
Iya. Sebetulnya 2 hari.
Mahal.
What's happened?
Can't the gate.
Ya nggak apa-apa, aku sekarang makan roti deh.
What I wouldn't give for a hot. Looks like this is the end of it.
Nggak apa? Iya, maksudnya kalau bekal aku mau bekal roti tok. Ya lauknya lauk biasa nggak apa-apa. Tapi karbonya roti. Yang tadi tuh kayaknya enak sih, kayak telur rebus gitu, cuma kayak bisa aku bikin telur rebus. Itu kan kayak telur rebus, setelah direbus kayak dibecek-becek sama itu doang kan.
Alright.
Kasih micin ya. Apa?
I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with the consortium?
Here they are now.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about the bearers you recently purchased from the Fist. We had all but finished making arrangements.
The bearers belong to him.
Who is your buyer?
A trader, a most demanding fellow. He insisted that's what you get.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different to ours. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard. And treat them...
That does sound no matter. And with it...
My associates will be sorry to hear that.
With it? Bersin nggak jadi, menyiksa.
I'm sorry you wanted.
As am I. He was right. As their representative, I feigned.
Iya bener sih, lewat bilang, tapi tetap aja lewat.
So you never.
No.
Buat apa anjir bilang?
I did. They deserved. I wanted.
Word from Cashlock. The village is under attack. A pack of beasts. They...
Hold on, Thea. I'm coming.
Ibu beli.
You won't find a finer array this side of the street. You've a discerning eye.
Kemana kita? Kemana? Trading place. Apa tadi misinya apa? Buat sini kali. PT, mana PT? PT. Let's go PT.
Faster.
Faster PT. Ya lewat aja nggak apa. Ya Allah. Kepala buat apa? Duh, aku tersesat.
Where's Theodore?
Upriver!
He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village, but the whole area is flooded with ether.
We just have to pray he makes it out in one piece.
I can do better than that. Come on.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Where are you, Theo? creatures have already turned. I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy.
Lewat nggak? Awas nanti. Seru nih, bisa lewat. Ya bisa, tak pause dulu. Jangan gitu dulu. Senang datang. Tanggal 25. Oh iya, bener. Ya Allah, kena. Aku tembak boolnya dragon. Dragon.
Too slow.
Ball Dragon. Dragonnya mati ya, tembak boolnya. Sexual harassment ke dragon.
Clive? Theodore, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here.
I think it might be a little too late for that. There are no. There's only so much ether a man can take. And that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks.
Cid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore! So will you!
Theodore.
Take care of my sister.
Theodore. Wait.
Goodbye, Elle.
Enggak sih, itemnya satu dulu. Enggak, kalau kamu ngasih dua-duanya. Roti tawar di warkop tuh ada loh yang tebel-tebel gitu. Rasanya cocok.
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place, against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life? He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer, in more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition
I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a heartbeat. He was never a burden. How could he even think of anything? I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. That he had always been grateful to you for saving him. And that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you would. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You loved one another. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives together. And you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted, all I ever did, it was so we could be together. Oh, Theo. Why did you have to?
Masuk ke grocery kan?
Grocery ya, iya boleh lah.
Boleh lah. Kamu harusnya udah mengukur, menghitung, dan mengira-ngira.
I know Theo wanted me to move on, but I'm staying here at the Crimson Caravans to continue our work. We can make a difference here. We can help people. I need bringings, and to Theo, this is...
I've made it to continue.
Thank you. Let's go on together.
Run like the wind.
Harusnya kamu begadang, pagi tidur, bangun ngambil.
Don't get surrounded. Straight home now. Bahamut! That's all of them.
Lord Rosfield, is there aught the Undying might assist you with?
Perhaps. Have you learned?
Little and less. I
see.
Be assured, as if protect secrets, mayhap it would...
Would that be possible?
Of course. A survey is being conducted. Perchance you are familiar with Kretov. I was due to... If he... They might...
So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
I have some things for sale. Certainly. Go safely now.
Clive! You're here!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris's scouts and it turns out things are worse than I thought. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. That should buy us some time if we need it. Enough for the villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes at least.
Well done.
Welcome back, Sid. I'd never have guessed. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost was keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did you?
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing here?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down. Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. So then, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old cooks.
That your idea of an apology? Prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best. For the village and that.
But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, he left it to me. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If some...
So you're wasting your...
Under me and my precious eye...
What? You can... Fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, still... You,
We can't afford to waste any more time.
Right you are. Don't want any... Oh!
Akashic on the move.
How close to that?
Within sight of the wall. And wash. Understood.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our... Once the scouts are inside, order your men to no heroic last stands, you hear me? No fighting at all if you can help it.
All the people here are tough and willing, but they ain't equipped to face what's coming.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left. I'll give you as much time as I can.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate. But it won't come to that. Take good care of Dravost till I get back.
Leave it to me. And give those things what for, yeah?
All right. Which one of you's first?
You're finished! Stay down!
Apparently not. They're not getting past me. Now, the question is, did I miss any?
Man alive! You're still in one piece? As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall. But we got the bastards, don't you worry.
Good. So you do know. More?
In time, yeah. But we can think about them later. Let's get you...
Sid! You're even more fearsome than your reputation. Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. I almost felt sorry for the wretched things. But mostly, I felt grateful. Dravoged won't forget what you did today.
There's no getting rid of that ether flood. Meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up clawing at your walls again.
And that's if the flood don't spread. If it does, I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
That may be, but with ether floods springing up all over, it's no less safe than anywhere, and more importantly, we'll fortify the gates to the north, and I'll see that...
All right. Then we'll give you a hand.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravos needed you. So...
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I shouldn't have left without talking it over with you first.
You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate you. And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally. Something we can hope you see the sense of it.
Alive. Oh, accused now. So, I've kept... I'll leave it.
But
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Even better than I'd hoped.
Sid.
And this is
a token of but design.
Now, I'll admit that the engravings on that thing, and they're not just for.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Trevor? I knew I'd never sit between the two of us.
You know, Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to the hideaway, would you?
He's more than welcome, as long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan, get your...
Oke, alright then. Bisa kesini gimana caranya? Titian dari yang... Well, I don't know.
Everything's back the way it was. I don't know how they did it.
Take that, you lot!
Speaking of menace, maybe and they might. Like that.
How could I refuse?
Thank you. Victor will fill you in on the particular. I have him stationed.
I'll go and speak with him.
Between a lord and a knight.
A league of outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition. Still.
Those ne'er-do-wells want to band together. They'll be no match for us.
That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle.
That's him! The one who killed Locke and Fingers! Take his head off!
I better let Victor know.
I see the bandits didn't pose you any...
No, but...
No. Something's...
What is it?
The whole town's in saying that Lubor...
What?
Seems that some of them... It is. If he has, well, I wouldn't still...
Fuck.
I don't know where...
You're right.
And now everyone knows. All that matters to me is that you two are safe.
Look at him talking. All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change them. We need to do something. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them that nothing has changed. That their enemy
You're right. We should...
I'm glad you agree. I'm a down... You... They, Lord... Oh.
Lubor, stay here with it. And that is...
Why you taking... They're aside, Victor. Are you one too?
Why do they always have to make such a fuss?
You all along that he was... Forgive me for disturbing you, but...
The room.
And...
The townsfolk have made their minds up. There was nothing I could do.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refused to consider anything but the...
You never...
Why the hell would Victor take the bearers?
The bastard's been lying to us for as long.
I assume the situation... There's still hope. But perhaps not in this life.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. Give them time. We'll talk some sense into them in the end. You'll...
No. And your efforts would be better. But that yourself be true, rather. And now, I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalamil have something to unite. For only united can they hope to stand against the threat that awaits them. I'll need to make a suitably dramatic exit.
Don't go, Lubor. You're the only one who has ever will be all alone.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go. Not only for the town, but for you, too.
How could it possibly be for the best? These children, the least you... And so just...
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor? Of those available to me, I believe it's the best... Ah, but where are my manners? Here. Your reward for... Right then. I've packed... If there's anything I can... I'll bear it in mind. Let's go. This won't be easy.
Thanks, girl. Oh no. You'll pay for this. There may still be survivors. Whatever that thing is, I'd say it's their leader. Nice try. Should have stayed in the past. These must be Cyril's colleagues.
You have our thanks.
Who are you?
Ah, forgive me, my lord. I did not recognize you. You are Lord. We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. When the echoes appeared, our thanks to them and to you. We were, for a mercy, able to see our duty to...
You call that a mercy? Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety, but surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's origins. A duty of the highest import, as I'm sure you will agree.
And you think your dead brothers would agree with you too?
I know they would. They gave their lives for the cause, an honor to which all Undying aspire. Now, to what do we owe the honor of your presence, Lord Marquis?
Cyril told me of your work here, and I agreed to collect your findings in his stead.
I see. That is most kind. Pray, take them then, with our... May the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart, as it...
It's one thing to lay down your life, Mother. But for a survey... I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
You are returned, my lord.
I collect it here.
My thanks. I shall study them, and inform you forthwith if I
Cyril, your survey losses which could have been avoided. Had the others not chosen to complete their work, were these your orders?
No. This was there. Every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix. It is our sole duty.
Even when death is avoidable.
My lord, I fear that this is not a point. The Undying have served the Phoenix for countless generations. And your opinion of our methods, however earnest, we live to serve the Phoenix. Our very order...
Cyril, I know that, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers surrender their lives without... Provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might live to do their duty for years to come. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, but how Joshua would want you to serve him. Please.
I thank you. If you will permit me to respond. Our faith in his grace, and we of the Undying, will do what we believe as first shield to the Phoenix. I am sure you...
I do.
Then we are of the same mind. And it is my hope that we...
Covered in nicks and lumps.
Don't tell me we've run out of Papio.
We... You remember this and rotten. Well, bugger me.
The sword to end all swords.
Thank you.
So,
Good.
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long run.
That's a weapon I'd like.
One legend at a...
Good on that. What do I owe the honour? So, will it be? That it?
Come back.
How do you split the sea?
With Canver in the hands of Akashic,
Good.
Oh. May I... The Telemon furnace!
She's a beauty. It's fine, really. You could...
It's fine.
So? Thank you, Owen.
Am I wanted? Maybe? What?
Oh.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out.
Let me tell you a story.
All right.
Them room might be... You see, they were at some trouble.
Was that the first?
Yeah. He were true to his word. And I told said...
What?
And But I can say, you... Still alive, are you? Coin purse weighing you down? You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. You got out else? I'll be thankful you got that much. I reckon I can find a buyer. I'll be thankful you got that much. I reckon I can find a buyer. You got out else? Finished, are you?
Don't tell me we've run out. Papio nuts and all.
Norbaal.
Let's go. Straight home now. Just any more could it? All right then. Definitely anything but ordinary. Now, let's get this vine back to the yard.
come back.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of papio nuts and all.
Trouble with your gear, or... What do you want? Don't waste my time. You ain't got the stuff.
That's it.
Here. It's your problem now.
What an amazing specimen. The flesh positively throbs with vitality. If I can successfully graft this to the Morganbeards... When I successfully graft this to the Morganbeards, I suspect the results will be immediate. I shall begin at once. It is just as I hoped. Witness how the Morganbeards have taken to the blighted soil, how they bloom with heretofore unseen vigor. Why, I dare say such a vine graft would yield similar results when applied to other specimens as well.
I'm glad I could be of assistance.
You've not only helped us, Sid, you've saved us. Do you recall the extract with which I provided you before? I took a moment to distill some more, but this time with the petals from the invigorated Morganbeards. And would you believe? Its potency has nearly doubled. You must accept this phial as thanks for your assistance. The rest, I shall give to Taya. You deserve a rest.
That's like no chocobo I've ever seen. Something tells me it won't be easily broken.
What are you after? Much obliged. There you go. That all, is it?
Let's go. I can walk from here. All right. Seems this one has a little more life left in it. All right, then. Back to sleep with you. Good girl. Run like the wind.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's son?
Can you believe we're against me? I think we'd better shut up.
Sounds like something's happening in the square.
Anything I can interest you in? My thanks. An excellent choice.
Bastard's been lying to us.
How the hell did that bastard get through the desert gate?
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosi. Come on. Faster!
Beast isn't to be trifled with. definitely not to be trifled with.
Come back.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of Papio nuts and all.
These days.
So what do I owe the honor? What do you want? And?
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas. I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just, I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps the prince feels the same. is this place?
Don't move. Here, it's fresh from the well. Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand then, Ultima? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there. You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are you?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you coming.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsmen
I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
I still say it were a compliment.
Ah, Clive. I was wondering when you'd arrive. Please tell me you've come to take our young prodigy here off my hands.
I'm not here for Mid. I need information on Ash.
Then why not ask Molly if you can look in one of her ovens?
As soon as the Enterprise is ready, we'll be setting out for Drake's Spine. And we're going to need a safe place to land.
Preferably one that won't see my ship blown to shit and splinters.
If it were that easy, do you think Waloed would have resisted invasion for so long? Very little is known of Ash, and the information we do have is spotty and outdated. We have the good King Barnabas to thank for that. Waloed's borders have been closed to outsiders since the day he seized the throne. If there is anywhere safe to land, you won't find it on my map.
Then tell us what we will find. I'm sure you know better than we do.
But no splinters.
All right, all right. If it will get but interrupt me, and it's over. Barnabas Tham, the one they call the last king. Understand him, and you will understand the kingdom of Waloed. Barnabas was only a boy when he arrived from beyond the southern seas, and barely a man before he united the ragged tribes of Ash. And having unleashed them upon the formidable Veldamark, he set his throne upon the ancient kingdom's ruins. The victory sent shockwaves around Valisthea, tales of Odin's might spreading through every court, parlor, and drinking hole in the realm. Note that this was in the year 843, and that the king still sits upon his throne some 40 years later, quite untouched by time. Waloed's recent inaction left many wondering if Odin had lost his appetite for war. And yet here we are. The Einherjar was committed to the fray, a bold declaration of intent. Orcs swarm around Drake's Fang, and throngs of Akashic haunt Canvas streets. Though how precisely the havoc they wreak serves Waloed remains unclear. Regardless, if the order to attack truly came from King Barnabas, then one thing is certain. Waloed has achieved the impossible, and made bedfellows of beastmen and the ether-addled alike. All of which is a roundabout way of saying that you will be in unknown territory when you set foot on Ash. Much of the continent has already been lost to the Blight, and what few ports remain will be fiercely guarded. And that is to say naught of its natural defenses. Offshore currents will cast an ill-equipped ship out to sea one moment, and dash it against the rocks the next. But then the Enterprise is anything but ill-equipped. And Mid has made land there before. Now, if only there were someone with an intimate knowledge of the Shadow Coast, and where a daring gentleman might put ashore. You see, Clive, you had the answer all along.
Do you think you can get us back to that beach, Mid?
Picked you up from it, didn't I? Not that it were easy. The currents were a right bastard. But then, if it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be worth doing, would it?
Well said. Thank you, Lady Vivian.
If a few morsels of common knowledge and a sprinkling of tavern talk are worthy of your thanks, I wonder what genuine intelligence might earn me.
Probably more visits. Mid, I need everyone in the ale hall now. I'll fetch Joshua from the shelves.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Please, Your Grace. Ah, my Lord Marquis.
Yota.
It's your brother. And my...
So,
we...
so
Well...
then
I...
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. All yours. Here you are. All done?
faster!
Here's the aqueduct. Now to find our stonewort. Yote mentioned blood-red petals. Just my luck. Well, I won't be picking anything to leg on. There's only one thing for it. Better collect as much as I can before reinforcements arrive. All right, that should do it. Let's get these back to Yote.
Covered in nicks and lumps.
Yes, my lord. Thank you. I'm sure it will...
I'm very glad.
You and His Grace are very much...
No, but...
Shut up, Yote, shut up.
The stew's awfully thick.
I have no reason to assume.
Clive, you must listen to this. Lawsman, tell him.
Do you recall when we spoke before on the divinity of Ultima? Well, it inspired me to delve deeper into the subject. And what I discovered appears to agree with the findings of His Grace.
You will recall that my quest to uncover Ultima's origins began with the mural at Phoenix Gate. But while I've always known it to be important, its secrets have heretofore eluded me. Now, however, I believe I know where to find the more complete example, one that will reveal all we seek.
Master Clive, have you ever in your travels chanced to hear of the Circle of Malleus? I would think not, few have. But there was once a time when the faith flourished, the oldest known religion in the Twins, and though its popularity eventually waned on Storm, hints of its dogma remain embedded in more modern faiths such as the Crystalline Orthodox.
Wait, you said it waned on Storm. What of Ash?
Religious monuments are often torn down or repurposed when new faiths rise to prominence. But if no new faith arose, then perhaps the ancient temples might still stand. And so, you see now why I must accompany you to Waloed.
It would appear the past still has much to teach us, though in this case, it would not have been possible without the musings of Moss. To think that you carried a copy of my old mentor's chronicles all along. I am relieved to discover it in good hands.
I shall guard it with my life.
Joshua, if you're finished here, join me in the ale hall. I need to speak to everyone before we leave.
Right away.
If it please your grace, might I one day borrow the chronicles? For a short while.
Finn said I could ride the Enterprise next.
You need Bedars.
No, she didn't. She said I.
My apologies.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring details, only the important ones. If we attempt to approach Stone here by sea, there's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to the capital's artillery. So instead, we'll disembark on the southwest coast and make for Drake's Spine on foot. I say we, but it's highly likely the entirety of Ash is under the rule of Ultima. A large party would only attract unwanted attention, as well as slow our march, and require supplies which only Joshua and I will be going. And a scout. Preferably a good one. Gav, do you know of any?
You bet your ass I do. Might still borrow some of Lady Vivian's maps, though, just in case.
Once you've dropped us off at the Shadow Coast, you need to retreat into neutral waters. Fly merchant colors and stay inconspicuous. If you sense any danger at all, you leave us behind and return to Storm.
Inconspicuous is my middle name. But like hell am I leaving anyone behind. The ship ain't going nowhere till your scurvy mugs are smiling on deck.
Jill, the Enterprise will appear a tempting target for royalists and pirates alike. You're to stop anyone boarding.
Don't worry. I'll keep the ship and her crew safe. You'll be needing passage home, after all.
But... very well.
If there are no questions, I'll see you all at the docks.
Let me know when you're leaving. I want a word before you go.
How do you split the sea?
Is something wrong?
Not at all.
Honestly. Can't a man wish his friend farewell? Just wanted to let you know that I'll keep things in order while you're off saving the world.
I'll hold you to that.
Reckon it'll be a long walk to the capital if we follow the cliffs. I'll scout ahead, see if I can't find us an inland route.
Clive. There's something I've been meaning to ask. You took her icon, didn't you?
Yes, I did. She understood.
Oh, she understood. Understood that you decided to save the world all on your own, and that you'd die without her power. How dare you make her choose? You knew damn well she'd never refuse you. But I will. You can't keep pushing us away, Clive. The world is ours to save, not yours.
I used my gift because I thought it was the right thing to do.
And you truly believe this will save you? Will save us all?
I do.
Then so be it. Just don't forget, you're not alone.
Think I found us a trail. Did I miss something?
Only that Joshua didn't.
I don't get it.
Ngantuk bet. Lanjut next.
Always wanted to visit Ash.
Lanjut next.